Alright, what's up fight fans? So, the Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders fight is drawing near. Come May 8th, Saturday, we'll get to see, us as boxing fans, we'll get to see a very big fight, you know what I mean? This fight is for 3 belts in the 168 division. So, yeah, the fight is drawing near Saturday. But I want to talk about something that I find very interesting. It's very interesting to see as this fight draws near, the LDBC dudes, boxing fans, you know what I mean? Blue Blood Sports TV, all of them guys actually agreeing with Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders, right? You know why they are agreeing with these guys? Because every other time they have a problem with Tyson Fury, right? And they have a problem with Billy Joe Saunders, right? But all of a sudden now he's fighting Canelo. He's all of a sudden their favorite fighter because they have an agenda against Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? They have an agenda against Canelo Alvarez. So whatever Tyson Fury is saying right now, talking about Canelo, you know what I mean? And whatever Billy Joe Saunders is saying and doing and carrying on with this Canelo fight, it fits their agenda. So now, Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders are the most honest people now. They are agreeing with everything that is going on with this fight. All the shenanigans that Billy Joe Saunders been keeping up. Talking about the judges. First of all, let's debunk that with the judges. Yeah, he wanted a British judge or whatever. Look, all the judges will be neutral. All the judges will be neutral. There will be no British judge, no Mexican judge, from what I've been hearing, right? Now, on the day of the fight, we'll actually get to see what or who's going to be the judges. But from what I've been hearing it's neutral judges. So there's no advantage to anybody. No Mexican judge, no British judge. It's neutral judges from different countries, right? 3 different judges from 3 different countries. And nobody got an advantage, so that way everything is on a level playing field. Now, then the next excuse and the next thing that he carried on about was the ring, right? He's crying and bitching, wanting a 24-foot ring, right? Yo, first of all, Billy Joe, you're not the A side. And then the LDBC dudes, they are agreeing with Billy Joe's bitching and moaning, right? But then when Floyd Mayweather was the A side, Floyd Mayweather get to dictate whatever he wanted to dictate because he was the A side, right? So he had that privilege to get whatever advantage he wanted. He got to choose all his opponents' gloves, right? And all of that stuff. Floyd Mayweather don't like fighting in certain gloves, so he made sure all his opponents fight in the gloves that he want them to fight in, right? And I'm pretty sure if he wanted a certain ring size, he got the ring size that he wanted. I'm pretty sure he got everything that he wanted because he was the fucking A side. And long as the stipulation in Texas with the ring is, the ring gotta be no less than 16 feet and no more than 32 feet. So when the ring is 20 foot, that's way within the stipulations of Texas. You understand me? I know Billy Joe wanted a 24-foot ring, and then he bitched and moaned and wanted a 22-foot ring. And it seemed that they agreed on a 21-foot ring, so they met in the middle. All right, you know what I mean? First of all, him bitching and moaning about the ring, he gave up his strategy right there. He's going to try and run around and try and be sleep-footed or whatever because everybody thinks that Canelo Alvarez have problem with these types of fighters. Not knowing that, look how much, he had problems with Floyd Mayweather and he had problems with Erislandy Lara. How many fights has Canelo Alvarez had since then? You don't think this man has soaked up all that information and got better and improved himself on how to cut off the ring on these types of fighters? You think he just fought these people and had problems and then that was just it? I won the fight anyway and didn't learn anything from it? Come on, people. But I just wanted to, bring up the hypocrisy of these guys. You know what I mean? You have Bluebird Sports TV over there talking about, oh yeah, I agree with Tyson Fury. You know, Canelo shenanigans and blah, blah, blah. Like, he's not the SI. You see these guys? They are very hypocritical because they are doing the same thing to Canelo what most people did to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, in his career, while he was fighting, he never got a fair he never got a fair shake. There's a lot of guys didn't give Floyd Mayweather a fair shake because of his opponents talking about how he's fighting opponents when they're older and blah blah blah. When majority of the time Floyd Mayweather was fighting guys his same age, or even guys that he was older than. But yet still, because when he fought Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather is 2 years older than Manny Pacquiao. So Manny Pacquiao was younger than Floyd when they fought. You know what I mean? And he's fighting other guys that he's the same age. So there's no age advantage. So it doesn't matter talking about, oh, Floyd Mayweather is picking opponents when they're older and blah, blah, blah. When Floyd is older than these guys. Right? Or he fought Canelo when Canelo was too young. Right? But when you're the younger fighter, you're supposed to have all the advantage in strength and speed and everything, right? And at the time, Canelo already had 42 fights anyway, so he was an experienced fighter. You understand me? Floyd Mayweather was just better than him. And a lot of people did never give Floyd Mayweather his full credit. And these same guys always stuck up for Floyd Mayweather. Now they're doing the same thing to Canelo. Canelo is fighting all champions, yet still it's a problem for them. They want Canelo to fight Charlo and Andrade or whatever. Why don't Andrade and Charlo fight each other? Why everybody is waiting on Canelo to fight? Why Canelo gotta fight everybody? You understand me? The same thing they did to Floyd. Floyd had to fight everybody while these guys weren't fighting each other. Why they're not fighting each other and getting themselves into better position to get that Canelo Alvarez fight? Everybody's sitting there on their hands waiting for Canelo. You understand me? And that's the same thing that happened to Floyd Mayweather, which was not fair. And these guys stuck up for Floyd Mayweather, and they are the same. They are doing the same thing to Canelo Alvarez now, right? That they did not want people to do to Floyd. Very hypocritical because of their agenda. Canelo Alvarez is a white Mexican guy with freckles and red hair. You understand me? He's not a black guy. He's not a black American, so that's why that's their agenda. That's the issue they have against Canelo Alvarez. They love to bring up this clanbuterol thing, talking about doping or whatever. You understand me? They love to bring that. They love to bring that up, right? And it was already the man already served his 6 months. He served his ban, right? Even though I don't agree with when you having like these small amounts of picograms or whatever in your system, like what the hell is that gonna do? You know what I mean? That's why they looking into the rules, right? And everybody know that, yeah, it was the meat or whatever. He lives in Mexico. What is he not gonna do? He's not gonna eat. You know what I mean? He's not gonna eat no meat. You know? And I'm sure now that he understands that shit, this chemical or whatever is in the meat. Obviously, he hasn't heard anything else about Canelo Alvarez with any type of doping or whatever, right? They love to put that asterisk on his name for that reason. And then you have Billy Joe Saunders and his father bringing up that stuff with Canelo when Billy Joe Saunders himself failed a drug test. So how are you going to be so damn hypocritical bringing that stuff up when you know yourself that you also was caught with picograms or whatever the hell in your systems, right? With your Flonase or whatever. You were also caught with a banned substance in your system. And you is a similar issue like with Canelo. So you have no right to bring that up. You know what I mean? Make the silly fans bring that up or whatever. You know? But I just wanted to point that out with this fight looming in the air, how these guys are agreeing with Tyson Fury. And they are agreeing with Billy Joe Saunders, like they weren't just talking shit about Billy Joe Saunders just the other day because of the Andrade fight. You know what I mean? These guys were just talking shit about Billy Joe Saunders the other day. And now he's the man because he's fighting Canelo, because they have an agenda against Canelo. With that being said, I think Canelo Alvarez will win this fight. Billy Joe Saunders, all his bitching and griping is not going to do anything. You know what I mean? You ought to knock Canelo Alvarez out to win. You can't go and dance around all that stuff and expect to win against Canelo. Which, yeah, you could look at that and think whatever you want. But Canelo is the A side. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's going to be fighting in Texas or whatever. And people don't like, when they're watching Canelo Alvarez fight, they're not going to want to root for the guy that's trying to running around or whatever. And if he's not making it very obvious that he's winning these rounds, he's not going to win. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? He's not going to win. And yeah, you could look at that and talk about that Canelo and points or whatever. But you want to beat Canelo Alvarez, you got to make that very, very clear. You understand me? You got to make it very clear. You got to knock him out. And you can't knock out Canelo Alvarez. You don't have the power, Billy Joe Saunders, to knock out Canelo Alvarez. Triple G tried. Kovalev tried. Danny Jacobs tried. None of these guys, all these guys are stronger, more powerful punchers than you, and none of them could knock him out. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna outbox him either. I don't see it. Yeah, you are a good slick boxer, but you're gonna freeze up just as everybody else when they get into the ring with Canelo and they feel that those punches and they see those counter punches. This is why fighters freeze up when they fight Canelo Alvarez, because he's that good. He makes these people freeze up. But then you have these LDBC guys thinking that, oh, these fighters are just taking a dive or they're getting paid to lose. Nobody's... Why would these guys get this big opportunity to get paid to lose the fight against Canelo Alvarez? You know what I mean? He just makes them look ordinary. Just like how Floyd Mayweather used to make people look ordinary. He made great boxers look ordinary. That's the same thing Canelo Alvarez do. They not throwing punches because he's so slick with his counter punches. Every time they throw a punch, they get 2, 3, 4 body shots. And that will make anybody not want to throw a punch. All right? So, peace out, fight fans. I just had to, you know, say these, my little piece. You know, I said that I'm not making no videos until I actually see fights going on. So, you know, no, I'm not talking about the Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury fight. I'm not talking about any other fight until I see those fights signed, sealed, and delivered. All right? Peace.